Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. I'm Rhonda and this is a little bit of everything homestead. Today I am out in my driveway garden. I have a couple of plants I want to get planted, a couple of plants I want to move, and then I want to extend the bed a little bit. Scott and I went to the Home Depot the other day, and if you've been following along, you know that I have this here. Let me see if I can flip you around. You know that I have this walking path. Well, I've been hemming and hawing on what I want to fill it with. So I grabbed a couple of bags of pea gravel, and I didn't know if I wanted white, if I wanted multicolored. So I grabbed, I think, 4 bags that I am going to empty out and just kind of sit with it for a minute to see if I like it or not. Over here are the plants that I wanted to plant. I got this beautiful coneflower. Look at that color. It is Cheyenne Spirit, full sun. Thought I would pair it with this Agastache. It is Little Addie is the name of it. So I thought I would put these 3 plants. This hosta right here needs to get moved. This hosta right here needs to get moved. And this hosta right here needs to get moved. They're getting too much sun now that we completely trimmed down that lilac bush right there. So I would like to take this out and just give it kind of a little bit of a flow and then come back in. And then this is the pea gravel I got. Oh shoot, I busted it. Well, there you go. Oh, shoot, whoopsie. So this is the pea gravel. I think I'm gonna like it with the texture or the color of the brick, but we will see. The first thing I need to do is dig up this hosta and move it. So I'm just going to take these rocks and throw them out like this. So that I can redo the bed. I want it to just come out just a little bit more. So I'm going to just pull these out. 4 hostas, and then I can make like a big drift of them. I thought that would look cool. I'm just learning about drift planting. I think it is technically 3 or more plants planted in a row or an angle or a swoop that carries your eye through the garden. And I just love it. I love the look of it. I love like how it helps your garden be symmetrical. And see if you can, I'm going to bring this up to you. If you look in here, trying to, like, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, and then on the end here 5 plants in just this one hosta. So I am going to dig the rest out, separate it, and then find a spot for it. Sometimes when you're digging them out, they will automatically separate and make their own, they will make their own little hosta. See, when I dig this up, this is going to separate from this. So I am just taking them out in clumps like that and separating them as I dig them out. The plant is kind of doing the work for me. So out of 3 hostas that I've dug out so far, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, probably 5 or 6 little babies, 7, 8, 9 hostas that I will have to transplant now. I think for now, I am just going to follow the mow line, and I am just going to take the rocks and move them to see where it's discolored there. I'm gonna take the rocks and move those out that far in my little swoop that I wanna make. And if I need to, like that right there, I'll try and pull out by hand. And if I have to get out my other shovel to make more of a clean cut, then I will. But I think for now, just that little bit will give me enough to get the look that I am going for. So I think I am going to set rocks. I like it. Let me show you. I'll start at this end so that you can see the swerve. Let me back up a little bit. So it's kind of straight, and then see where it like curves out. That's fun. And then it gives me a little bit more room to plant in here in the full sun. What do you think? I kind of like it. Let's put these in and find a place for them. I'm thinking that is a yellow lily, so I'm wondering if I should dig it up and put it in the front of this yellow coneflower. I might need a little bit more pop in here, I think. Let's see. Or you know what I could do? I could put these closer to the border. Or to the stones. And I have some allium, which is purple, but it might help fill in the space. Let me grab them. Okay, what do we think about that? And then we can put this up closer. And kind of there you go. Like that. Is that too much green on green, do you think? Oh, I don't think that's bad. Let's get them in the ground. I had to show you guys. Look at the root system on that allium. Nice. I'm just going to go through and break it up a little bit. And then I'm going to stick it in the ground. There we go. And when you break up that root system like that, when I water it, it will encourage the roots to come out of that circular pattern, and it will encourage the roots to grow. So it will make a stronger plant. This one can go off a little. The Agastache, that is a new to me plant. I've never grown it in my garden. But Jenny on Gardening with Creekside has a YouTube channel, and she has a ton of this stuff, and it's beautiful. So I thought, why not try it in my garden? It's let's see, does it say what zone it is? Hardiness minus 30. So I would think it would go up to a zone 4 or 5, probably. All right, last one to go in, my yellow coneflower. I'm gonna stick it right in the middle. Hitting some lilac roots as I dig in here, which is okay. I don't think it's gonna hurt the plant much. The sucker has been around for, oh look, there's a solar light I just dug up. This, as I was saying, this lilac plant has been around for 50 years. So I think the roots are good and strong. I don't know, can you guys see what I'm doing? Whoa. There you go. There we go. I forgot to fertilize them. I just used Biotone. I forgot to do that. Normally I stick a little bit in the hole when I am planting them, but I forgot to do that. So let's just sprinkle some around the base of the plant, and then we'll water it in. Normally I don't really fertilize my perennials, but I just got some of this Biotone. Laura on Garden Answers uses it, and she's like a master gardener, so that's what I picked up. I got it on Amazon. All right, let's water in. There it is, you guys. What do you think? I love the little curve of the rocks, And I love that the plants are far enough away from each other that I can still see mulch. And then I will have a little open patch right there, so I can fill that with maybe another something yellow, because I have so much purple. I have a little bit of pink going on with that phlox back there. And then it has, what is this called? Spiderwort, I think. I don't know the technical name. Has some pink blooms. And then I have some coneflower that's pink. And then I have purple balloon flower, orange coneflower, and then purple balloon flower. So it kind of all ties in together, don't you think? Look at that bump out. Doesn't that look great? I love it. Okay, let's plant the hostas. I'm in the backside, well, the front side actually, I call it the backside, of the other part of the driveway garden. And back here is where I want to cut out a bunch of trees and kind of make a circular setting and put a bench on. So what if I did a drift between, that tree right there is getting cut down. So what if I did a drift between these two trees and then connected this tree to that tree and did a big drift of them back there? I mean, some of the other plants are going to have to get moved, but wouldn't that look cool between the trees? Let's try it. So far, I think this one is already in the ground. So I think that one can stay. And I don't mind that they're really close. So then we go over here and that one can stay and that one can stay. But then I come up over here to these two and they are kind of in my line of where I want to be. So I think I'm going to have to dig those two up and move them. I'm going to start my drift right next to this tree. So hopefully I won't hit a ton of roots and I'll be able to dig down deep enough to get this in. And then I was thinking I could just, when I get over to the end of the drift over there where I have to move those two hostas, I think I'm just gonna pop them in front of these guys because I like the color contrast between the leaves, and then it can help me start like a flow from the drift out. Okay, that guy is going to stay there, so we will go to this one. And this is really close to the tree, so I'm probably going to hit roots for sure. Oh, so far so good. I think I got one. The more I went down, I get these little ones. I just break them up with the shovel. These trees have been here for so long. Breaking a couple of little newbie roots isn't going to hurt it at all. Plus, all the water that I'm going to give my hostas, the trees are going to suck up. So it won't hurt it. It's not like it's going to kill the tree or anything. And this side has not been really hardly even touched at all. I've been working on that part pretty much for the whole summer. So this part is really kind of just piecemeal together of bits and pieces of hostas that I had. So hopefully we can find some cohesiveness to it and bring it to life a little bit. I got my first drift planted. I think it needs a little bit of work, but next year when they grow in, I think it's gonna look fantastic. I'm wondering if I should have done one right there in that empty spot to kind of keep it going, because it kind of breaks it up a little bit. Or put maybe a similar colored one there, because I just have this lammy in there right now. But I could probably squeeze one in there to continue the drift so it keeps your eye moving. I'm not sure I like this big clump here, but for now they're in the ground. They're safe for winter. But what do you think? Looks pretty good. And then I thought, I have these corabels. What if I put them over here and broke up this, all this green a little bit? You can't really see them. When you're here in real life, you can see them, but what do you think? How does that look? I think I'm gonna throw those in there just to break up all the green. All right, so I threw them in and I love it. You can't really tell with the pine needles because they kind of blend in, but once I get the mulch, they're gonna look great. So it is a Corabel's Palace Purple. They are part sun. I have a spider on my hand. They are not gonna get any sun back here, but they are Hardy Zone. Oh my gosh, I can't see that. Hang on. Hardy Zone to -30, 4 through 8. Oh my gosh, you guys, it sucks getting old when you can't see that tiny little writing. So yeah, I think once I get the mulch in here, they're gonna pop against that green. So that is the start of my drift. So the only thing we have left to do now, you guys, is to check out the pea stone. So let's go up to the front part of the garden and see how it looks. Let's gather up the hose and walk to the front of the garden. I always call this the front because it's the first one I see when I walk out the patio, but really it's probably the back because it's the last part you see when you're pulling into the driveway. So anyway, I would love to, I'm picking up the hose as I'm walking. I would love to do a garden tour yet this year, but I don't know, I don't know a lot of the names of my hostas that I moved over here from the other house. And I don't know if I'm gonna be done. So I've been holding off, but I've put a lot of new plants in. And I know all the new plants that I put in, I know their name. So I'm wondering if I did just a mini tour of what I've done so far and do a before and after. Would that be fun? Let me know in comments if you'd be interested in that. I've enlisted some help. I could barely carry one of those and he can strong arm 2 of them. Oh my gosh, someday, working on this farm, someday I'll be that strong. There's little Willow, right by her dad. She is her dad's shadow. And that one bag I accidentally ripped, I'm sorry, so be careful when you pick it up. I accidentally broke it. So we are gonna start at this end and kind of get a feel for it. So I think he's just gonna bust the bags open and kind of pour it. Is that what you're gonna do?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Oh, I think I love the color against the brick. It kind of keeps it dark like the dirt, but it gives it a completely different texture. And it brings out some of the lighter stones. Oh, I think I kind of love it. I think we're gonna have to rinse them though with the hose, because that one bag that kind of popped open in the back of my truck, the water was really muddy. So I'm wondering if they're just like super dirty too. And I just watered all the plants, so I'm sorry I made the bricks all janky. Hopefully the stones will help keep them in place now, right?
Yeah.
Oh, what do you guys think? Was that all 4 bags, or do you have another one? You have one more?
Yes.
Wow, those 4 bags really went a far way. Like it covered a lot of ground.
Yeah, they'll turn lighter.
You think so?
Yeah, a little bit.
Should I rinse them with the hose?
Yeah, you can.
Oh, I love it, I think.
There it is.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm kind of mashing them down a little bit. That's what Scott said to do. And then I'm gonna rinse them. Guys, look at the pretty color. Look at how pretty they are. When you wash them off, all the dust off. Oh, they're so pretty. I think I love it. Well, you guys, I did it. I got my garden extended and some new plants planted. I got my drift of hostas in the back, and I got my pea gravel started, and I love it. So thanks for hanging out with me while I knocked off the to-do list, some of those chores, and stick around because we're gonna finish the back part of the driveway garden, and we're gonna go get some more pea gravel and finish up this walkway. I'll see you next time, friends.